Hi, everyone. This is Linda Hartzell. I'm the Vice President of the Harrisburg Diocesan Council of Catholic Women. I've spoken to some of you already, but I want you to know that today our focus is going to be on the third commission that's important to our council. The first two we've already addressed with other council insight interviews. They were leadership and also service. Today, I have two guests with me who are going to talk about the spirituality portion of being a council member. I'd like them to introduce themselves. So Sue, how about we start with you?
Hi, I'm Susan Murphy. I go by Sue. I'm a member of St. Vincent de Paul Parish, and I am a past president of the Diocesan Council of Catholic Women.
Welcome. Glad you're here. And Linda?
Thank you.
I'm Linda Malenchek. I'm a member of St. Margaret Mary Alacoque Parish in Harrisburg, and I am co-chairperson of the Family Concerns Commission for the Diocesan Board.
Welcome. Welcome to you. Oh, we have a visitor. Isn't that fun? Is that your kitty cat?
Yes, that's Muffin.
All right. Very good. We'll have to count her as in attendance. How's that? All right, our goal today is to talk about how council has affected you as a Catholic woman of faith. Sue, I'd like to start with you. If you would share, I know you've been a member of CCW for quite some time. How has your membership in CCW enhanced your spiritual growth?
It's really been one of my primary parts of my growth. I'm a convert, and of course, my biological family are not Catholic. And so when I came into council, to the church, I was introduced to the Council of Catholic Women, and that's way back in 1970s.
Oh my.
70s, yeah, a long time ago, over at Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish. And the women were just great to me. It really did help me feel as though I was a part of them. And, you know, it says in the Bible where two or more are gathered, so am I. Well, it was definitely there. They were really great to me as far as that goes. And basically what happened is I kind of came up through the ranks. I was president, and then I got to district, and eventually came to the diocesan level. And the whole way up, you know, it was just wonderful to have these women around me. And you know, the trip to Harrisburg, there was always like 4 or 5 of us in the car, and we could talk, and a lot of spiritual things were happening. And it made me into the person that I am today.
So you formed a bond with your special ladies. Thank
Right.
you. Thank you. Linda, I'll turn it over to you. How about you? How has being involved in council enhanced your spiritual growth?
Well, Linda, to be honest with you, spirituality is a struggle for me. I'm definitely more a Martha than I am a Mary. And I need to sometimes just take time to think about, hey, I am a Christian Catholic, to think about God. I've been involved in CCW for about 30 years. Not to the level for which I am now. And I think people have reached out, as Sue mentioned, people have reached out to me. And if you are keeping company with people who are spiritual, it's helped me increase my spirituality, because you see people doing other spiritual things. It also makes me more aware of the presence of God in my life. As I mentioned, I've always been one of these real busy people. In fact, right now I'm in the middle of making chicken soup and meatballs while I talk to you. You know, it's but it's like take the time to think about God, to talk about God. And it's just really more than anything, it's just given me an awareness and a fellowship.
Beautiful, beautiful. I can identify with both things that both of you have said. And what I'm hearing is this special kinsmanship that you have with the ladies of council, and how it helps you focus in on God and making God a part of your day every day. And I love being with council members because we pray together. You know, you pray by yourself or you go to mass, but being at meetings or workshops or whatever it might be, you have time to pray together as a group. Very nice. Thank you. All right, let's move on to another topic. Linda, you talked about thinking of God more often during the day. Tell me how you do that, a routine perhaps that you have established that helps you focus in on God even amidst your busy day.
In the morning when I get up, I have a book on, it's a Catholic book on a meditation for each day. And most days I do start with that. And the meditation takes about 30 seconds to read. So as long as I remember to read it, even if you're super busy, it's a way of integrating it into my day. I used to, not so much recently with the pandemic, but I used to drive a lot. I used to drive to Allentown several days a week for my job. And when I did that, sometimes I would say some prayers along the way. That would be part of my day. Now that I'm retired, I spend a lot of time walking. So if I'm walking by myself, I often say the rosary. So other than the meditation in the morning, I don't really have anything else that's prescriptive. It's just a matter of integrating prayers into my daily routine. And also, as a member of CCW, we receive constant communication, not just from CCW, but from my parish on things that are going into the parish going on. So I made it more of an effort to do more spiritual things, such as participate in virtual novenas or in daily mass, that sort of thing.
Very nice, beautiful. Sue, how about you? What do you do daily that helps you stay closer to God?
Well, now that I'm older, of course, I have a lot more time to spend in prayer. And I think that's one of my primary purposes on earth at this point, is to pray for people. But I start in the morning with, and I usually try to do this one of the first things in the morning, unless Muffin decides he's hungry and wants breakfast first. But I do have a lot of meditations that I read. I've got like 4 or 5 different booklets with meditations that I use with prayers, the Fatima prayers. I like those. And that's basically how my day starts. If I don't say my prayers, I don't have a good day. I really need God's help from the very beginning. And then during the day, I do a lot of what we call arrow prayers. You're like, okay, God, help me with this. If I happen to be going out, it's like, okay, God, you're going to have to help me get to the car because, I don't get around that well anymore. And then in the evening, I love on Wednesday when we do the rosary because then I'm in fellowship with my sisters again. And that's so beautiful. I do say the rosary before I go to sleep at night with a little help from Muff, and he likes to catch the beads when he can. And I have my prayers that I say at night too, my family prayers and everybody that I remember. So my day has a lot of prayers in it because now I can do it. I couldn't always do that when I was younger, but I can now.
You have the time.
Right.
Very nice, beautiful. You have such beautiful thoughts, ladies. I want to indulge and just share with you just a couple of things that I do as well. During the pandemic, our pastor gave us a vial of holy oil. And to this day, this was back in June of last year, to this day, I start every morning with the blessing, with this holy oil, with the little prayer that goes with. I'm now following Bible in a Year with Father Mike Schmidt, where every day there's a download and you listen to a portion of the Bible and his description. And I have an app on my iPad that rings out in the kitchen at 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock. And the reminder says, touch base with God. So I hear this ping and I go over and I'll say just a little prayer, like a thank you prayer for the presence of my husband, or a thank you prayer for a call from my daughter. And the same thing happens at 4 o'clock. So it's this reminder to touch base with God throughout the day. Very good. All right, last question. How do people know that you are a woman of faith? Linda, we'll start with you again. How do they know that you are a follower of Christ?
When I struggle with something, I usually let people know, hey, this is part of my faith. And I'll give you an example. Sometimes some of my family members or people I meet try me. And, I'll let people know, hey, I'm working on this. I'm struggling through this, but this is the right thing to do. This is the Christian thing to do.
Mm.
And I don't necessarily hear people say, they maybe don't talk to me about faith specifically, but I do hear people say, you're a good person, or you do a lot of good things.
Mhm.
And that's important to me because, you can preach religion, but I think it's just important to do a lot of good things and be helpful. And when you do something wrong, to admit you're wrong. And that's an area I'm working on. It's a real area of improvement and growth for me.
Very
To say,
good.
I made a mistake, but I'm working on it, and also working on humility.
So many areas to work on, Linda. I agree. And the fact that you're working on them says, you're strong in your faith and you just need a little help once in a while. Sue, with just a minute remaining, could you tell us how the people around you know you're a Catholic woman?
By the person that I am, the person that I try to portray when I go to mass and just in general. I talk a lot on the telephone to people, and I always include God in what I'm talking about. If they have a problem, I'll say, ask God to help you, or let God carry you right now.
Or say a prayer. Mhm.
Yeah, right. Say a prayer. Always.
Very nice. Very good. Ladies, it's been such a joy talking to the two of you this afternoon. Before we close, is there anything you would like to add on the tail end of our little talk here? Either one of you?
Just want to thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. It was a joy to speak with you today. So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
You're welcome.